This female hero never expected that after being killed by the Demon King, she would actually be resurrected by him and inexplicably become the mother of the Demon King's child, and his very first command was, but before she could figure out what was going on, her body became completely uncontrollable, and her hands began to move on their own. The reason for this was that she was already dead, and now relied entirely on the demon blood granted by the Demon King to move. Therefore, she couldn't resist his commands. But she was just a young girl. Soon, the Demon King realized this problem too. After learning the full reason, he had no choice but to change his mind. He told Lisa to find a way to feed the baby no matter what, because he had no ability to raise a human infant. It turned out this wasn't his child, but one he had adopted from a human town. And strangely enough, this had something to do with Lisa. Not long ago, after killing 13 heroes including her, the Demon King went out to a human town to take revenge. He annihilated the kingdom whose king had issued the crusade against him. But during the process, a human mother entrusted her child to him. Even though she knew he was the one who destroyed the nation, she still begged him to spare the child, because the sins of adults have nothing to do with children. These words alone weren't enough to move the Demon King, but then he suddenly recalled the recent battle with the hero, in which he, despite his power, had sustained a minor injury. This sparked his curiosity about the weak human race. He wanted to try raising a child, to see what was so special about humans. Since he had no ability to raise a human baby, he resurrected the female hero he had previously killed, and that's how things ended up like this. But when it came to how to care for a baby, Lisa, though a girl, had no relevant experience. Her suggestion was to go to the city and find a wet nurse. As for money, there were abundant magic ores nearby. Even a small piece would be enough to hire a wet nurse. It seemed like a suggestion, but in truth, Lisa was looking for a chance to escape. She thought the Demon King would never go with her, because his presence would surely cause panic. But what she didn't expect was that the Demon King had his own plan.
これでよかろう。
As for his appearance, it wasn't something the Demon King changed at will. It was the appearance of the baby's deceased mother. And so, the Demon King set off with the female hero to find a wet nurse. On the way, Lisa noticed that the emblem on Anna's clothing was royal. It belonged to the royal family of the kingdom the Demon King had destroyed. This meant Anna was the last surviving member of the royal bloodline. But the Demon King was unaware of this. He was simply intrigued by the sense of destiny in Anna's bloodline. Since that was the case, he figured he might as well support her to become queen and rise to power. It would also help him observe the human race. These words deeply shocked Lisa. And just as the Demon King was speaking, someone suddenly approached the Demon King from behind.